Attention, this next incredible battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 4 losses. He stands 174 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.6 kilograms. Fighting out of Alista, the Republic of Kalmykia, please welcome Bair Shtepin and his opponent. Fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 9 wins and 2 losses. He stands 168 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.45 kilograms. Representing SBG Ireland and fighting out of Dublin, Ireland by way of Canada. Give it up for Brad Superman Katona!
Go! 29 Bair Shtepin, 27. Both these men fast approaching their prime. And this is a fight I have been excited about as soon as it was announced. Oh, big shot to the body from Bair Shtepin.
I'm loving this, Phil. Everything I expected to be. No feeling out.
Nice inside leg kick. That was a fair inside leg kick, I believe. Referee having none of it. Oh, beautiful roll and shovel hook from Brad Katona. I think he's feeling his hands a little bit in this fight. We know him as a dominant grappler, but people don't realize just how good his hands are.
Bair getting back in his game. That kick, whether it was off mark or on, you can't focus on things like that in the fight. You start thinking about the foul somebody did on you. You stop thinking about what you're going to do to them.
You can hear Coach John Kavanagh calling for the touch and go. I think these guys have a wonderful symbiotic relationship when it comes to student and coach, because they both come from that mechanical engineering professional background. So if ever there was a guy to be the perfect coach for Brad Katona, it's John Kavanagh.
Absolutely. John Kavanagh is a obviously former mechanical engineer, as you just referenced. He's also a genius at mixed martial arts. You apply that genius to a fellow MA and whoa, you get things like that.
Look at the balance from Brad Katona. That was acrobat-esque. Oh, I'm loving the technical nuances, the little technical exchanges, dare I say it, the little microaggressions that are going on in this fight, Carrick.
Brad Katona right now winning the giraffe fight, the head battle, keeping his head right where he wants it, threatens the takedown. If that's thwarted, goes right into the knee seamlessly. It's going to happen again. That time Bair Shtepin realized what was coming, wisely popped his head back up and out of range of that knee.
Nice work from Brad Katona.
Nice work from Bair Shtepin.
Yep.
To get back up to standing.
Brad Katona just breaks the grip momentarily, lands 2 strikes and then straight back in. May look for a back drag takedown. Can't get it from this position, but he's choosing to really just lean all his weight right now, trying to drive.
Yes, that was a great shot there. We do that again.
There we go. Switches seamlessly. May try and take the back. Maybe trying to angle to try and take the back here.
It's getting very close to the back.
Nothing strong.
And again, doesn't have the back fully, fine. Switches right to that outside knee to the head.
And now right in front of John Kavanagh. Perfect position for him to be in.
Beautiful use of his head again, this time to stop that arm of Bair Shtepin from coming down, potentially getting an underhook. He just jammed his forehead up against the fence. Said, nope, no way.
Bair needs to be careful of dipping that head down too far, because that's going down into knee territory.
Make him work. Nice and strong in with that hip. You can throw him across your hip there. He wants to give up that overhook.
Beautiful work from Brad Katona right now, just draining his opponent, and we say it at least 2 or 3 times a show, Carrick, but this is the most, and again, great use of the whizzer there from Bair, but Brad Katona just bouncing right back up, not giving away anything.
Absolutely fantastic work from both fighters so far. Brad Katona, of course, has basically unlimited endurance. He can keep this up all night if necessary.
Just crazy grip strength being exhibited here by Brad Katona, and just breaking the will of Bair Shtepin, trying to get in for Is he trying to get in on a double, trying to pull that ankle?
Bair's got that figure 4.
Bair doing a good job of defending, showing that the work he's been doing at Universal Fighter Gym, Dagestan.
Drive through. Get ready to go towards.
Excellent work from Bair. Got taken down. That's the second clean shot to the head he's landed with an elbow.
Lessened the impact of the takedown ever so slightly with that instinctive grab at the fence.
Start it again. All winning stuff.
Maybe trying to take Bair for a ride here. The second time that Bair has had a little grab at the fence. And I think if anything, that's just going to anger Brad Katona, which isn't something I'd be keen on doing.
You don't want to make Brad Katona angry.
That's what we train for, Brad, yes. All our sequences.
May try and switch to the single here, but constantly keeping the arm around the hip there, just immobilizing the hip of Bair Shtepin. It's all very, very intelligent, sequential work from Brad Katona.
Brad Katona has to be extremely careful where he keeps that head. If it's out of position by as little as an inch, inch and a half, there's either going to be a knee coming up or an elbow coming down. Hands are together, that inevitably means there's going to be a takedown, and round ends.
You know, speaking to John Kavanagh through the course of the week, he's told us just what a cardio machine Brad Katona is, and I think the game plan here could be to break Bair Shtepin's will, could be to drag him into the deepest waters possible, and then start unleashing the punishment.
I don't believe we're looking at a fighter whose will can be broken, but if it can be broken, it's going to be by Brad Katona.
See something. That was beautiful athleticism from Brad Katona right there. Just to go into the one-handed handstand whilst maintaining a grip of your opponent.
Absolutely terrific flair there, but huge credit to Bair. He was able to largely thwart that takedown.
Give me another 10.
As we said, lovely work being exhibited here by
Nice deep
Brad
breath, get ready.
Katona. Hasn't taken too much damage either. Both these guys supremely well-conditioned athletes, and potentially either man coming away with a win here could be knocking on the door for a #1 contender spot.
Phil, I have to tell you the truth, I would not be shocked with a win if somebody goes straight into a bantamweight title fight.
Lovely leaping lead hook, dips the head,
Nice and tall, Brad.
just elicits that response of bringing the hands down of the opponent, of Bair Shtepin, and then unleashes the hook.
The lead leg's there if you want it.
Fantastic knee, fantastic left hook counter.
Didn't quite see if the knee landed anywhere. Flush.
And then go. Yes, keep it there, Brad. Keep it there.
Katona getting in on the takedown causes the whole cage to shake. That's the ferocity with which Brad Katona is approaching his takedowns.
That's why they call him Superman. Bair trying to keip those hands from coming together.
Momentarily looked like Brad was going to get in on the high crotch, but Bair's doing a good job of defending, but Brad Katona is just relentless with the pressure, with the pace he puts on his opponents.
Unfortunately, under the scoring rules and the unified rules of mixed martial arts, defense does not count for very much. That was not the case when the sport was originally codified, but defense alone, while it's beautiful, while it's impressive, is not going to do a lot for him on the judges' scorecards.
He has to give it up.
Brad Katona may sneak his right leg around the leg there. No, chooses just to throw punches instead. Beautiful work. And these punches aren't traveling a crazy distance, but they're generating power, Carrick.
Phil, I'm watching a technique I'm not sure I've seen before. That hook with a wrist turn just a little bit. Maybe something that John Kavanagh invented. It's almost striking with the back of the fist. I think I understand the mechanics behind it. You bend the wrist back all the way, so there's a straight line through the wrist. The wrist doesn't bend, it's locked solid. It's very, very sophisticated, very interesting.
Well, if anyone's going to understand the mechanics of it, it's going to be Brad Katona. And this is going to be so draining for Bair Shtepin. can't quite see. Does Brad have the hands connected? If so, we could be looking for a big dump double.
Hands are connected, Phil, and that snatch double's coming right up. But again, appears to be largely thwarted. A little bit of a Merrimack and Monitor situation here. Oh.
Nice work from Bair Shtepin to get back to his feet. But again, he finds himself in that horrible, draining position.
That whizzer you see there with his left hand was critical to not having his back taken. Again, beautiful defensive technique. Pleasure and honor to watch. Pleasure and honor to call. Need to see a little bit of offense. Need to see maybe a little bit more of those elbows in. Beautiful takedown, but again, hard to take a man down, even harder to hold him down.
Bair attempted a trip of his own there, but as we saw earlier in the preliminary fight, sometimes when you try that trip, you end up giving up your back, showing a little bit of veteran savvy as Bair Shtepin. It's just so dominant from Brad Katona. He's completely immobilizing Bair Shtepin, not allowing him to get off any kind of offense whatsoever. Little level change there from Brad, trying to run through the double but was impeded by the cage.
Superman is absolutely relentless with these attacks, and he's got the conditioning to do it.
Could be looking at another dump down takedown. But again, credit to Bair Shtepin. Anytime his backside touches the mat, he's bouncing straight back up.
Absolutely true. Just need to see a little bit more offense from him.
Offense off the fence.
Offense off the fence.
That's wordplay. You're welcome.
You can pinch on that left elbow. Okay,
30 seconds to go in the second round here. And Bair Shtepin must be thinking, goes back to the corner, are you really making me going to go out to this guy again? Brad Katona with a singular focus, and that's to impose his own wrestling upon Bair Shtepin.
Brad Katona now has that calf shelved. Left knee is pushing in. He now has the position he needs to land a couple of big shots.
And to be honest, the first two rounds have been all Brad Katona.
They have. We are now looking at a 2018 bout.
And if you even just look at the back of Bair Shtepin there, he's essentially got cage rash on his back from being pressured so heavily against the cage and being rubbed up and down it like a cheese grater by Brad Katona.
Absolutely brutal attack from Superman. That said, the biggest shots that I personally have seen were actually from Bair. He landed a clean knee, he landed a couple of nasty elbows. I do believe he can still turn this fight around, but he's got to get himself in position to land a big shot, because I do believe in order to win, he needs to stop his opponent.
Yeah, I'd like to see that knee again, because it was standing with Brad in front of us with his back to us, so we didn't quite see just how flush it landed. Obviously not enough to impede the relentless forward momentum of Brad Katona. Third and final round of a fight that has been all about the grappling and forward pressure of Brad Katona. Katona still looking nice and fresh. That's a beautiful lead hook over the top. I think Katona's hurt his foot. May just been momentarily, but as soon as he put the foot back down, he's stepping in that little gingerly.
I don't believe that takedown was wise. Bair was doing a good job landing big shots from the outside. Clinching with a Canadian, probably not in his best interest. What he wants to do right now is pummel in just a little bit more, try to separate. However, it's near impossible to separate if all you have is that whizzer. Needs to get a frame in, inside the head, at least arm control or wrist control, then try and reverse off the fence. Right now, he does not have, he hasn't pummeled in enough to get the leverage he needs to circle off that fence.
Katona doesn't seem to be impeded by what I perceive may have been a slight foot injury.
Brad Katona could fracture his foot and he would fight just fine.
Trying to connect those hands. Eats a big elbow from Bair. May try and use a little bounce off the cage to get the takedown. But again, Bair Shtepin every time. And at what stage does this start getting exhausting for Brad Katona, having to constantly exert the energy to take your opponent down?
At what point does something get exhausting for Brad Katona? The answer to that question is no point.
Step behind that leg if you wish. Start at high crotch or single leg.
The great John Katona wants his fighter to switch from a double to a single, which you see right there.
And then back to the double. Like I say, it's all sequential, methodical work from Brad Katona.
This is fight engineering you're looking at. The referee decides to separate the two fighters. Wants to see a little more action. I think the fans are going to disagree. Bair is going to go on the attack. I don't want to see him level change and go into the double. That's what we want to see from him. That's what we want to see.
Landed a big swoop, then a
big shots at distance.
Bair Shtepin has to put the pressure. It's incumbent upon him right now to put the pressure on Brad Katona. But look at the back of Bair. But again, Brad Katona exactly where he wants the fight to be.
2 minutes.
My opinion, Leopard Shtepin is making a tactical mistake right here. He was doing a very good job landing shots from the outside. Did not need to close with his opponent and try and take him down. I think what happened was very predictable, and what we see is that cheese grater attack once again.
No fence grab now, Bair. Come on. Hey!
That's another fence grab.
Ready to grab that fence again. Take your time, Brad. Everything's strong, everything's strong. You go when you're ready.
You actually heard John Kavanagh say to Bair Shtepin, hey, not another fence grab.
Gotta love John Kavanagh trying to help out the ref.
Even when he's telling off the opposition, he's doing it very politely.
Head high, head high. Knee pinch and split. Yes, keep going in between that.
90 seconds left to go in the bout. Brad Katona trying to get the trip takedown.
Stop.
Referee separates him.
And you can see Bair Shtepin biting at the fence.
On a mission.
Tries the flying knee. Oh, these guys this is not the kind of fight Katona wants. He doesn't want to engage in a firefight. But Katona able to take Katona down. 60 seconds left. What can Bair Shtepin do? As you say, yes, he did score the takedown, but can he do enough offensively? If he wants to win this fight, he has to finish Katona. And I don't think he's going to do it from this position.
I don't believe BJJ black belt at the level of Katona is finishable in this fight right now. Most fighters get finished when they get tired, when they get exhausted, if there's a setup they haven't seen before. He's seen every setup. He is indefatigable. I don't think a submission's going to happen here, although Katona's going for a submission of his own.
He does have 2 wins on his ledger already by guillotine, but at this stage of the fight with 20 seconds left,
keep his head down. It will come. It will come.
Just needs to keep a hold of Bair Shtepin en route to decision victory.
Just keep that head down, Brad.
10 seconds to go on what has been a masterclass for the most part on wrestling against the cage by Brad Katona.
My respect goes out to both fighters. I'm calling 29-28, Brad Superman Katona.
I love it when fighters give that little belt gesture.
Now, Phil, if he gets that win, he's going to call, when you get in the cage with him, he's going to call for a bantamweight title fight, and he even knows who he wants to fight. He wants to fight Khamzat Magomedov.
Well, don't give away the ending. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, apologies. I didn't know that. I was going to be all surprised and everything in the cage. Correct.
We are talking engineer. We are talking about the man they call Superman. Maybe he's going to call out Batman. Ladies and gentlemen of Brave Nation, the judges' scorecards have been tabulated. The Roaring Lion of Brave, Carlos Kramer, is entering the Brave Combat Federation cage. This is also, of course, the Octagon League cage. Absolutely beautiful cage, absolutely beautiful venue, absolutely beautiful entrance ramp. We could not thank our partners enough for the terrific hospitality, the terrific facility that they have presented for you, brave nation. We're just standing by now. We are seconds away from the decision. I think I know how it's going to go, but I am not a judge tonight. It's not official until the head official puts it together, writes it down on a piece of paper, hands it to Carlos Kramer, and the Los is going to tell us what it reads.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible battle inside the Brave CF 53 cage. After 3 tough rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges scored about 29-28 for your winner. Out of the red corner, from SPG Ireland,